Yo guys, what's going on? Acez here today with another video. Now I want to warn you right away, this is going to be an extremely long video, and if you clicked on this video you probably saw how long it is. Now if you're new around here, I don't typically make content this long, and I have no idea how long this video is actually going to be. If I fully talk about all the points that I have written down, I would expect it to be between 30 and 60 minutes long. Now if you're passionate about Call of Duty, if you like Warzone, you like Cold War, you like Modern Warfare, any of aspects of Call of Duty, feel free to stick around, listen to all my points. You're going to do my best to include timestamps in the description, so they'll show under the video for you guys so you can jump around wherever you want. These are all my opinions on the current state of Call of Duty right now and things that need to change or problems, etc. And talking about my channel a little bit too. If you're new around here, it's the first time you ever hear my voice. I'm Acez-Gaming, got about 17,000 subs at the time of recording, about 17.2, and I've been making Call of Duty content pretty consistently since around Black Ops 3, but I've played Call of Duty since Black Ops 1, so you can kind of get an age range on how long I've been playing the game. You know, I've been in the game for a while, but I've only recently started going crazy when it comes to creating content. Modern Warfare, I kind of had a breakout year, went from 2,000 subs from Black Ops 4 up to about 13,000, 14,000 with the release of Cold War, and we have since gotten to this point since then. So that's kind of my little quick summary of who I am. If you're brand new, if you're a sub of mine, I really appreciate your support and coming back. Make sure you drop that like. This video may need it, might not. The COD community might unite, might get some eyes on this thing, and that would be awesome. But I'm going to give you a quick table of contents for you guys, so you know where it's at. You can just look through the timestamps on the bottom of the video, but I'm just going to say it for anybody who might not have access to that feature or whatever it may be. We're going to be talking about 25 different points here. I kind of made a little list, and I'm just going to go off the top whenever I'm talking about these points. The list is the only thing I have written down. Everything else is unscripted. So we have Warzone, no anti-cheat. Warzone, no new map changes. Warzone, future is going to make or break the game. Next Call of Duty being made by Sledgehammer, and it's going to heavily rely on Warzone to carry the franchise. Warzone streamers leaving due to skill-based matchmaking. Then we're going to be talking about Modern Warfare Season 4 skill-based matchmaking change. Then how my personal KD went from a 1.8 to a 1.4 in 2 weeks after that change. We're going to be talking about Black Ops 3 with no skill-based matchmaking a little bit. Then we're going to hop into Cold War skill-based matchmaking. Cold War League play being easier than public match. Skill-based matchmaking and ruining content. Then we're just going to talk about other content in general and how it affects Call of Duty creators. My channel with Cold War content, which is here, Acez-Gaming. And then compared to Modern Warfare content, also going to be related to my channel. And then we have, without my item shops video, I have no content. So I do an item shop series here on my channel. If you're new around here, that really carries the channel during dry spells and content. And then I'm going to be talking about why changes are needed. Then we have content creators are being cherry-picked by Activision, and we'll talk about that a lot more in depth. I really want to get into that one because it just grinds the shit out of my gears. Then we're going to be talking about me pushing the shop and not getting any recognition whatsoever for it. Then we're going to be talking about what changes are needed, which include skill-based matchmaking, toned down, and anti-cheat. Then we're going to be talking about something that I have kind of touched on. I haven't really seen that many people talk about it. Something that I have just titled as Call of Duty Unlimited, where it's just a Call of Duty title that receives continuous support. It's not a new title. And then we're going to be talking about Activision being money hungry, overpriced bundles, little player support, my channel's future, and any criticisms that you guys might have. We'll talk about just leaving that in the comments, and then the outro. So that is all 25 points. We are 4 minutes deep. That's crazy that we're 4 minutes deep. I don't even know what I talked about for the last 4 minutes besides the list. So let's just hop into it, man. Like I said, I expect this one to be a very long video. Got 2 bottles of water next to me in case I need them. And I hope you guys got some water, some popcorn. I'll try and put like maybe a Warzone gameplay or 2 in the background. I'll see what I can find on my hard drive from gameplays. You know, I always keep them stocked up. But yeah, man, let's just hop into it. Warzone with no anti-cheat. This is such a big problem. And it's mind-blowing to me that Warzone just hit its 1-year anniversary, and the only anti-cheat we have is a reporting player system. Like, that is the biggest fucking joke I have ever heard of. Like, you know, you could stop right here. You could say Warzone has no anti-cheat after a year, and it's the top title for Battle Royale, and it's one of the most streamed games, you know, whatever you want to say about it. You could pretty much stop there. The fact that the game doesn't have an anti-cheat, it makes you look at Activision and just say, what the fuck are you guys doing over there? Like, that is all you got to say. Like, what the hell is going on that you do not have an anti-cheat yet? And the anti-cheat is shadow banning players and putting them in a lobby versus other cheaters. Like, it's still going to feel to me the same fucking way because skill-based matchmaking puts me in a lobby with the same level skill players and I still get shit on. So it's mind-boggling that Warzone doesn't have an anti-cheat yet. And there's actually one thing not on the list here, and it's going to be talking about Apex Legends. I just want to touch on it now since we're here. Apex Legends has an anti-cheat. And within the last 2 weeks, I put about 70 hours into the game, which is crazy for me because compared to Warzone, I love Warzone way more than Apex, but I've been playing Apex tenfold, like, compared to Warzone. It's just crazy. In Apex, when I get a kill on somebody or somebody kills me, I go, I shit on that guy, or I go, that guy shit on me. There's no complaining, there's no bitching, there's no wondering. It's a safe space. The game runs smooth, doesn't have any hiccups, it has an anti-cheat. I don't ever suspect of being killed by a cheater. Obviously, there's going to be cheaters who find their way through in lobbies and everything. No matter how good the anti-cheat is, there's always going to be a very select few that get through. But 99.999% of the time on Apex Legends, and I have never actually, in the 70 hours I played in the last 2 weeks, thought I died to a cheater. Anytime I log on Warzone, though, anytime, I die in any sus way. If I get absolutely smoked across the map by an FFAR, or if I get RPD'd at 10 meters, doesn't matter. If I feel like I died too quickly, I got absolutely shit on, or if I just got one tap by a Car 98 at 652 meters, doesn't matter what it is, man. I'm always asking myself, is that guy hacking? And that is such a problem. Having peace of mind in the game alone makes the game so much more fun. It's so much fun playing Apex Legends and playing it just to have fun and know that I'm not going to get smoked by someone who is actually a lot shittier than me because they're cheating. It's in Warzone, you log on, you're like, am I going to die by a hacker today? That's the mood that is instantly set, and it is not good to have that vibe. It is negative energy. Warzone needs an anti-cheat. We have a long-ass list. I'm going to go through every single thing I talked about. I'm already fully planning on making a long-ass vid. But the fact that we're talking about this one for so long just proves how big of an issue it really is. Warzone not having anti-cheat should have ended the game months ago, and somehow it's still alive. And that's basically because of the skill-based matchmaking holding all the cheaters at the highest level, and then the content creators run into them. That's another point on here, but we're going to move into the next point. Warzone, no new map changes. Now, that is slightly skewed. Let me explain. In 1 year of Warzone, we have had a train added. There was previously already train tracks on the map. We have had the inside of Stadium open. Stadium was always there. It just wasn't open. So they just added assets into it. And for the train tracks, they added an asset on top of it. Still no physical map changes yet, mind you. We have had a subway system, which has indeed added something to the map for once, in my opinion, where they cut into the ground a little bit further than they already had and added a subway station. Now, they were not all connected tunnels. It just fast travels you there, which I think is incredibly, incredibly smart in a way, because I wouldn't want some little rat camping through the tunnels and camping out the storm through the tunnel system. I like that. Still, not a very big change. Still kind of mediocre. And the last thing that is really notable is the ship being added. A measly ship. And it is actually the first POI that was added to Warzone towards the end of the first map. Like, give me a break. If you're going to add POIs, do it in the fucking first season of the game, not the last season of your current Warzone map. It's just really stupid. The fact that we might be getting a brand new map might just save Warzone, but having no anti-cheat, you know, your content creators and streamers are going to want to play the shit out of Warzone because it's going to feel fresh. But as soon as they die by a hacker, the whole vibe for the day is killed. The stream gets turned off. The content stops for the day, and the motivation's gone. It's a really big issue, and I just wanted to talk about that. So next point is Warzone future. Make or break. That is exactly how I have it titled, and that is exactly how I feel. Now, keep in mind, these opinions are mine. No one really told me to do this. No one's, pointing me in a certain direction. These are all my opinions from playing the game, being a content creator in the space. So Warzone future, make or break. If the Warzone map is not good, if it's just complete shit, okay, that's going to be a problem, number one. Now, there's already been, I think it's confirmed that the next map will be on the Modern Warfare engine. So that is a great step. They have tested it on the Cold War engine. There's assets in the game code that has been tested for Warzone, and it just doesn't, they're not sticking with it. They're going with the Modern Warfare engine for the next map. Great start on that regard. Like, that is absolutely excellent. You can't go wrong with that. Keeping players with what they're used to, not changing it up. I like that move. If the map is ass, it's going to suck. but with such a big BR map, you can't really fuck up everything. So there's hope on that regard. But the next game is going to be a Sledgehammer game, and that is not really a great sign. With Cold War right now, the way the content space feels, Call of Duty content isn't focused on Cold War, it's focused on Warzone. Everybody wants the Warzone side of content. That means Cold War is kind of just sitting in the shadows. You know, people look at it a little bit like, okay, I see you, but you're over in the shadow, and I want to be in the sun. You know, I don't want to be in timeout. I want to be at recess, and Warzone's recess and Cold War's timeout. And with the skill-based matchmaking, that is an incredibly accurate acronym. But going back to the point, next year is potentially a Sledgehammer COD, and they want to go old school again. Even after having the worst Call of Duty of all time, they want to try again. And Activision's like, yeah, do it, money. But nonetheless, if Warzone is not good this next year in year 2 of Warzone, the Call of Duty franchise is going right down the drain, bro. Like, it is going to be so ass when you have competing titles of competitors like EA with Battlefield and 343 with Halo Infinite. Like, Call of Duty's gone. And if Infinite has a BR, potentially one of the best BRs of all time. I mean, it's definitely potential. So if you got Battlefield 6 and Halo Infinite potentially releasing during the next Call of Duty, next Call of Duty is not even going to be talked about if it's a Sledgehammer old-timey game. It's going to be absolutely ass. So that's what I have to say about that. The next thing on the list is next COD. Sledgehammer relies on Warzone. We just talked about that, I believe. You know, it's not going to be a good COD. Sledgehammer doesn't have a good track record. Advanced Warfare, World War II. I mean, Advanced Warfare was fun as shit. Overall, community didn't like it. World War II was shit. Only game I never prestiged in because it was that ass. So that's pretty much all we'll say about that. Next, Warzone streamers leaving due to skill-based matchmaking. This one is crazy huge to me, and it just hits right at home because it is so true. You have so much potential and so many creators who can make really good content. I personally feel like I'm one of those creators that if I really put my heart and soul into it, I would make some really good-ass Warzone content, but I simply can't because I do not have the time or the mental capacity to sit at my streaming setup or at my recording setup. I shouldn't say streaming setup, but I am primarily talking about other streamers here. I don't have the capacity to sit here and play solo duos to drop a 25 kill gameplay, which might not even happen in a single day because I've tried already. I don't have the mental capacity to sit here for 8 hours a day to get one gameplay. I just do not have the capacity for it. When skill-based matchmaking being removed, I can get that gameplay within 2 hours. It is like night and day, man. When I played with a reverse boosted account on Warzone, I was getting in bronze lobbies and dropping 20 kills, getting phenomenal gameplays that the viewing experience would be phenomenal. It would be great. But playing by myself or playing with my duo who's also in diamond level, I'm getting swept. I'm getting absolutely shit on, and I can't make content for the game. You know, when you have something that you're passionate about. One of my boys on Twitter recently tweeted he was so demotivated with Call of Duty right now and creating content. I said, of course you are. When Warzone and Cold War are plagued by skill-based matchmaking, you can't make good content because it physically doesn't let you. And it's just so depressing because you can't make that content. And reverse boosting is kind of a double-edged sword. A lot more people are starting to embrace it. Now, it's more of the entertainment side of things, but it's a whole nother point. It's not here on the list today. We're not really going to talk about it, but a lot of content creators can't make content that they want to make because of the skill-based matchmaking. And that causes a lot of people to just stop playing the game, stop streaming the game. You see big names that are quitting Warzone tournaments. You know, Nick Merckx, and I don't know if he's officially quit, but you guys get the point. You know, you have a lot of creators who still play them, but other players just don't want to play in tournaments because of no anti-cheat and high skill-based matchmaking or stream sniping. There's a whole bunch of shit that happens. So creators are leaving because of certain things in Call of Duty system that weren't there, you know, in past years, which made it so good. And now we're just holding on to a lost hope. Next on the list is Modern Warfare Season 4 skill-based matchmaking change. So we are taking a bit of a drastic turn here in our talking points. But in Modern Warfare, and we're going to kind of merge the next 2 points. So point 7 is KD went from 1.8 to 1.4 in 2 weeks. We're going to talk about that kind of intertwined with this. So for Modern Warfare, the year that really just broke out my channel. 1.3 million view video for the M4 sniper rifle variant that I created, which is well-deserved. I mean, there was SR25 variants that came out after my video, after a couple thousand people saw my vid. They made a video and got like 500,000 views. It took a lot longer, but my video surpassed all of them, which is well-deserved. I created the first video on it. Nonetheless, it's a rant. Season 4 comes around in Modern Warfare. Up to Season 4, Modern Warfare was easily the best Call of Duty since Black Ops 3, Modern Warfare 3, Black Ops 2. I don't care what anybody says. It's not arguable. It was a fantastic game. Even with a higher, you know, a bit of skill-based matchmaking, it was definitely noticeable. Like, the more you played, the more you leveled up, you saw the bunny hoppers start to come out. You saw the short names. You went from John Smells 57 and, you know, Smart Pants 96 or, you know, Stinky Sally 21. All these names that, you know, are just basic gamer tags that people get instantly made by them. Like, it's auto-generated for Xbox Live and shit. You know, all the weird-ass long names. You go from seeing Ace and Galil and Itachi and God, and you see, like, all the super short names that you can create with your Activision ID. So, you start seeing the short names around Season 4 a lot more. And it just completely changed the vibe of the game. Every single day, I went from having fun on the game, creating a shit ton of content. I did my best year in Modern Warfare, and it is exactly because I was having a lot of fun and I was super passionate about the game. Season 4 comes out, something changes. In 2 weeks, in literally just 2 weeks, my KD ratio on Modern Warfare went from a 1.8 to a 1.4 in Season 4's release. So if you're telling me I'm dropping a 1.8 average across Season 1, 2, 3, and then Season 4 comes out in the first 2 weeks, I drop 4 points. 0.4 points on my KD. If you're telling me something didn't change, you are delusional. You don't just lose all your skill. You don't just lose everything you've worked for and everything you've earned, all that. It gets taken away by a system or some sort of implemented change, and that is what happened. So with Season 4, there was something crazy that happened. And that system got carried into Cold War and put into Warzone. It was all implemented. And the reason that I can just back this up super easily is because if you look at Cold War's menu and Modern Warfare's menu, I knew this as soon as the beta came out, that the menu was basically just integrated. They look exactly the same. That's because they are the same. You know, there's a lot of things that were taken from Modern Warfare and just slapped on the Cold War. And that was it. And skill-based matchmaking was one of them. The next point is Black Ops 3 not having skill-based matchmaking. This is a point I want to make. I want to reference something here on Cold War. This is one of my main talking points. Cold War, Nuketown. In Nuketown, I go into Cold War Nuketown, which is an elim game. I'm not sure if Black Ops 3 is. I think Black Ops 3 could possibly be an elim game, but it doesn't take away from the point whatsoever. In Cold War, which is an elim game, so if you shoot someone once, get an assist, you get a kill for it. I cannot even go positive on Nuketown in Cold War. The best Call of Duty map, debatably, of all time, has been created for years that I've played since Black Ops 1, so it's not like something changed on the map. I can't even drop 30 and go positive compared to Black Ops 3 with no skill-based matchmaking where I can play a game of uplink and drop over 150 kills, regardless of elim or not, is mind-blowing. It is such a difference. The fact that I can do 5 times better without skill-based matchmaking with skill-based matchmaking. It's just not even debatable, man. Like, Black Ops 3 is one of the best Call of Duties of all time. If I hopped on it right now, I'd have a damn blast. I would stream it, I would play it, I'd record it. People don't want to see the shit, so it's kind of like worthless to me in a content aspect. It's not worthless to me as the memories it gave me and how fun it is and enjoyable it is, but when it comes to my channel and, you know, any value that comes monetarily, Black Ops 3 is essentially worthless except for maybe some throwback videos or if a big creator hops on it and throws a throwback tournament. That's how I feel about that. Let's just move into the next thing, man. This might be a long-ass video. I'm glad to get all this shit off my chest, man. Cold War skill-based matchmaking is next on the list. We've already kind of talked about it, but it really, the best way to compare it for me is in Modern Warfare, I could make a video about any weapon, and it would be fun up until Season 4. I could make an M4 SMG variant, which I did, and I probably will link it up in the top right corner for the 1% of viewers that want to check it out. But we had an M4 Sniper video. We had an M4 video. We had an M4 Sniper V2 video. We had an M4 SMG variant. We had an M4 Best Class. You know, there was so much I could do with the weapon and with the new gunsmith, and it was fun. In Cold War, I can go into a lobby with a stoner, drop some kills. I can go in with an XM4, drop some kills. And that's about it. That's about it. And the LC-10. Let's not forget that guy. But other than that, I can't use other weapons. I can't give class setups to people that want to use them. You know, I could do a dark ether guide or a dark matter guide, but the problem is I don't have dark matter. Everyone's going to call me a dumbass. So, and when I do out-of-the-box style content, it gets like 100 views. And some of that out-of-the-box style content, like Road to Dark Matter videos, they take between 3 and 5 hours to create. For a channel with 17,000 subscribers, 100 views doesn't do much when it's all your subs watching the content. That's not me being selfish. That's me really just valuing my time. And that is a personal preference. You know, some people don't value their time as much as me, but I'd rather create something really, really good that a lot of people are going to see, potentially like this video that's providing some sort of value rather than a video that's not going to create as much value to a viewer. This one, there's a lot of constructive points. There's a lot of talking points. There's a lot of ways to get the community engaged. With the Road to Dark Matter video, somebody watches me for 10 minutes over a course of 5 hours of recording, breaking it down, editing it all together, rendering, doing everything for it. At the end of the day, 6 hours invested for 100 people to watch 10 minutes of gameplay of me in, you know, a couple different lobbies, getting some headshots, getting some camos done, and that's it. It provides really no value to the community. So, you know, content like that, I would love to do, but with the skill-based matchmaking implemented to where it's so hard to make that content, it's just really, really tough. You know, if skill-based matchmaking wasn't there, I would have Dark Matter in just a couple of weeks rather than only having 3 guns gold right now. So that's where I'm at with that. Went on a bit of a tangent with that one. I might have got a little off track, but it kind of regards around the same thing. 10 is Cold War's League play being easier than pubs. This is 100% true. The first game of League play I hopped on, I absolutely smoked them. Like, there was just no skill-based matchmaking in it, and I just absolutely smoked the shit out of the team, and it actually wasn't fun. And I've talked about this in the past that I don't want every single lobby to be easy. I just want a couple easier lobbies. I do not want to go 100-0 versus some kids who don't even shoot back. It's not even fun. It's like I'm shooting bots. If I wanted to shoot bots, I'd shoot bots, but it's just not, I don't want to do that. And that's how League play felt. And then after, you know, getting some games in, I was in games with all masters after the, you know, changes, the necessary changes were made. And it went back to not being fun. There wasn't a happy medium anywhere. It just sucked. And that's kind of it. I don't really have anything else to say about it. Other than Cold War, not having all the cheese weapons does feel better in League play than it does in pubs. 11 is skill-based matchmaking ruins content. I've already kind of touched on this with all the ranting I've already done. It's impossible to make good content with skill-based matchmaking consistently. You know, it's good to have a couple breakout videos and a couple videos that do well, but when it comes to making creative content, you cannot do it unless you already have a fan base. And, you know, there's going to be certain creators that do it, and that's amazing. But for me personally, from experience, I would consider my channel fully dying right now because I don't have the mental capacity to deal with the skill-based matchmaking to put myself through a virtual hell of trying to create one decent video. It's not personally worth it to me, and that's some sacrifices that other people will take. Me, not so much. I think skill-based matchmaking being implemented really hurts any content value for anybody. People love seeing nukes. People love seeing high kill gameplay. Some people can do that, but they're doing it in hardcore Nuketown, let's be honest. That's not a dig at anybody. That's just the honest truth. If you want to see a triple nuke gameplay, it'll be on Nuketown, and most likely will be on hardcore because it's super easy to spawn kill. What more do you want me to say, man? I think skill-based matchmaking fully ruins content for a lot of creators, and especially small creators. Next is going to be other content in general. This is more of a channel thing for me. I've tried some other content, and the reason that this is such a problem is I would have to go all in on a game, which I did and I've experimented with, but I've always found myself coming back to Call of Duty. And I think it's just ingrained in my roots because I'm a veteran player. But, you know, I tried uploading Tarkov content on this channel. I uploaded 53 videos on this channel of Tarkov, netted over 200,000 views within the course of just a couple of months, which for a brand new genre to come in, or not genre, but brand new game to come into a channel like this where Call of Duty is more of a casual shooter and Tarkov is more of a hardcore shooter, to have that kind of success and know what the people wanted to watch shows me that I have the capacity to create content for other games and knowing what the niche wants to see. And it's really led me to expand to like my other channel, Acez-EFT, where I create only Tarkov content over there. But I still feel like something's missing, and I don't know what that is yet. I just haven't discovered that. But other content seems to be rejected here on the main channel. It's just like if I want to experiment with something else, there's instantly 5 or 10 dislikes from Call of Duty content watchers that they want to see COD content. It's like, I don't want to see this shit. I subscribed to you for Call of Duty, upload Call of Duty, or I'm unsubbing. And it just creates a really toxic environment for the creator who maybe wants to try something else. Now, you could say, why don't you stream? Over on Twitch, I have no viewers. It's that simple. I don't want to waste my time. I've already discussed this. You know, where I find success is what I'm going to stick to. Don't fix it if it ain't broke. And right now, Call of Duty content gets views, so therefore I upload Call of Duty, and that's where my main career has led me to. It's always been that way, and why would I try to change it? Now, I had a lot of passion for Tarkov. It's kind of a different point for a little bit later, but at the end of the day, man, other content doesn't do well in Call of Duty channels because of the community Call of Duty has. You know, somewhat toxic, and, you know, if you're not uploading COD content and someone subbed you for COD content, of course they're going to bitch about it. It's a pretty simple environment. Next, my channel with Cold War content. This one's going to be quick, man. It's been extremely lacking, and we're going to be talking about the item shop coming up on point 15. But my channel with Cold War content has just been so lacking. I went into Cold War loving the game, and within 3 days hating the game. And I had a really big vision for Season 1. Every single blueprint that came in the Battle Pass, I wanted to do a review video on. That never happened. I never even got to the first one because it was such an ass game. I want to do a full Road to Dark Matter, and as I told you, it was only getting about 100 views for about 6 hours of work. Wasn't worth it. And it came to this point where the game just became unenjoyable. It felt like work, and that's not what video games are supposed to be. At the end of the day, video games are supposed to be an escape from the actual realities of your life, whatever the case may be. Any personal problems that you listening might have, if you hop on Call of Duty, you should not have a shitty time. You should have fun. You should feel like all your problems around you disappear temporarily. That is the space video games are supposed to create for any game, not just Call of Duty. Call of Duty simply hasn't been doing that. That's why Cold War content has been suffering here on my channel, because the content I'm making isn't fun. And I don't want to be a fake ass on my videos. I've said this all the time on my channel. In any rant video or anything you see here, I've always tried to have authenticity and integrity. And if I'm not having fun, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm not going to go into a game, put a smile on, and act all happy, and then turn the camera off and bitch for 3 hours. I'd rather just sit there and bitch and tell it to you straight. I know it's not enjoyable, gives the wrong vibe to some people. I'm not afraid to shoot it straight, man. Next is going to be comparing this content, Cold War content, to Modern Warfare content. You can see the drastic change, man. You can just go to my Modern Warfare playlist. You can see the energy. You can actually, you might not be able to see the energy because sometimes I had to create videos late at night and my voice was kind of low, so I didn't wake my family up. But nonetheless, man, it was a vibe. Modern Warfare was so fun. There were so many different options you could do with class setups and so many crazy fucking things you could do. It was so fun. And now in Cold War, what am I going to do? Like, what am I going to do? Show you a gameplay of Miami S&D dropping 16 kills, the one game that took me 8 hours to make? No thanks, man. I could just be being a negative Nancy, and if somebody has some sort of perspective they want to shoot in the comments, I'm reading it. I'm ready and open to open criticism to really just help my vibe when it comes to Cold War. And maybe that's not from playing with other people. Maybe that's me just riding solo trying to get content. That could completely be it. I've openly stated that I would like to join Carnage Clan, and I very happily give them a shout out here. Great group of people over there, and some of their content is absolutely amazing. And, you know, maybe being involved within a smaller family in the community would really boost my content up. I just don't have that opportunity yet. Obviously grinding for that. But with the current state of Call of Duty, it's really hard to create that premium quality content to deserve a position in that spot when the game just doesn't make you happy. And if you guys haven't heard the saying, always put yourself first, be selfish to yourself in certain moments in your life, and always be happy. And, you know, you got to follow that. So that's that rant right there. Compared to Modern Warfare content, Cold War's nowhere close on my channel. without the item shop, there would be no content on my channel. And I kind of believe this, man. Like, you might get 2 videos out of me a week at this point in time, unless I have like a huge motivational spell. But, you know, sometimes that happens. But without my item shop series, if you would take every single item shop out of the Cold War playlist on my channel, you would probably see a reduction of 50 to 70% of the content. And luckily, my channel and my subscribers love the item shop content. And that's because I'm actually super passionate about the cosmetic items in the games. Unfortunately, I can't use them because of the skill-based matchmaking, and sometimes they're shitty. But I actually love the in-game cosmetics and the in-game skins and all that shit. I absolutely love it. So I make content about it. I love making the content about it, and that's why you continue to see it every single day that it's out. So that's pretty self-explanatory, but if I didn't have the item shop, I think my channel would be literally completely dead. It would be just a barren wasteland, and then every once in a while, it'll rain, you know, and it'll soak the ground for like 2 days, and then you're done, and you're back to the old barren wasteland. So that's how I feel about that. I thought it was a nice, funny analogy to kind of lighten things up after 30 minutes of just shit-talking the games, but let's get right back into it, man. Why changes are needed. This is huge, to me anyway. I think the video games that we are playing and promoting need to have creators, to have viewers, and, you know, it's kind of a healthy system. If you do not have a game that has no support from your creators, people aren't going to recognize the game. And the best way to put this is, now, before I say this, Call of Duty is always going to be around. It's not going to go anywhere. Even in World War II, a completely shit Call of Duty, still a player base. It was still supported the entire year. It's not going nowhere. Call of Duty is always going to be around. But here is the best way I can put this. Among Us. Everybody knows what that game is and where it came from, okay? Among Us, before streamers picked that game up, had like 86 concurrent players. Over the next couple months, it got up to a couple thousand. Then some big streamers picked it up. Boom. A 2017 game absolutely blows up with 2 million views per video and then millions of people watching it concurrently per day. That is how crazy it can get with the support of your content creators. If your creators are not picking a game up, then you're not going to have the viewership support. Without the viewership support, you don't have really a supported game. It's just going to be a dead game, quote unquote. So that's going to be kind of something we're leading into, is the content creators that are cherry picked. But without a good anti-cheat, without the skill-based matchmaking being toned down, you're going to lose streamers. And we've already seen this happen. We've seen plenty of streamers playing other games, which they have the full power to because they are a personality and they didn't build their channels or anything off of Call of Duty, which unfortunately I did. So it's very hard for me to expand in other content and, you know, really focus on being a personality when I'm so restricted in the current state that my channel's at. Might change in the future. Right now, unfortunately, this is where we're at when Cold War is not the greatest game in the world. But, you know, you losing your content creators, you essentially lose hundreds of thousands of new eyes that those personalities bring to the game. Any problems that's wrong with your game is going to be shown off in front of 200,000 people that potentially might stop playing or not even buy that game now. Without the content creators, you don't really have a community, and that is a huge issue. If you lose the content creators, you lose the game. That's my personal opinion. Logically, on paper, I think it makes sense. I could be completely wrong. The next one is content creators are cherry-picked. This one is a personal grudge, so feel free to skip over this one. I feel as I have personally deserved some sort of recognition from Activision for all the things that I have done when it comes to the item shop. Now, I don't want to be an entitled piece of shit that's sitting here complaining on camera. That is not my goal. As I said a little bit earlier in this recording, I value integrity and authenticity. So when I sit here and tell you that I feel I deserve something from Activision, in reality, I don't deserve shit. And I can definitely, you know, realize that as a content creator and as a person. I'm not entitled to jack shit, and that's just as simple as it is. However, it rubs me the wrong way that I have made item shop content since the first day of the Blackjack shop in Black Ops 4 up until this point in this recording and this day that I'm recording it on March 15th. I made an item shop video today. I have done this for over 2 years, and, you know, after some calculations, I made a video about this, and I think the video is titled Why I Don't Have a Supported Creator Code. I honestly, personally believe I've made Activision well over $100,000 in microtransaction sales. If you take the, you know, average advertising rate per view per person watching my item shops every single day, the new content that comes out every single day. I personally believe that I made Activision over $100,000. I think the rough estimate on the low end was like in the 60,000s. Could be wrong. Might even be like 30,000. It's all the information in the video I talked about, but I personally believe I made them over 100K. Now, to a multi-billion-dollar company, 100K ain't jack shit. But when it's one guy bringing it in, it's like, fuck, man, can you send me a damn blanket or something? Like, you know, I'm not asking for much. Like, I personally love the content that comes out of the item shop. I love the cosmetics. I've already said this. And even if I never get a supported creator code, even if Activision never recognizes me, even if they say, nah, we fucking hate this guy, blacklist them and everything and put me in shadow ban lobbies, I'm still going to make content on that item shop. So that's how you know I got a true passion for it. No matter what happens, I'm still going to be doing the item shops for Modern Warfare, for Cold War, for Warzone. Whatever game gets new shop content, I'm making a video on it, man. I don't care. And that's just because I love it. Now, the fact that I personally believe, now this is not confirmed in any single way, shape, or form, but the fact that I think I've made Activision $100,000 on microtransactions is a pretty big deal. And if I even got 10% of that, if I got 10 grand off a supporter creator code, like that would be able to elevate my content on this channel tenfold, man. Like, if I even got a small percentage of those transactions that I drove over the last 2-3 years, like, you have no idea how many extra videos would be on this channel that I could afford to reinvest into this career path and make more content and hence get more viewers and more subscribers. But unfortunately, I don't have that. I don't even get the game for free. I buy the game every single year, and I see Activision, who sends creators with significantly less subs than me, and this is not me trying to be a piece of shit, but it does rub me the wrong way. That's why I, recommended some skip over this. That if a creator with 10,000 subscribers who gets less views on videos than me gets a package with 2 copies of Cold War and, some sort of exclusive item for creators only, I think that's a problem. I really do think it's a problem, and it's worth talking about. I feel like I've earned that spot to, be included on that list. And because I talk about skill-based matchmaking and critique the games and be honest with the games and, be very honest in problems that are ongoing in the community, that I am, unfortunately at the lower end of the bracket now and the lower end of the spectrum of people that they would want to work with. It's very depressing. It's very upsetting. And, it's one thing to say out loud, and it's another thing to take action about. But if Activision would approach me and say, if you remove any rant video you have on Call of Duty, anything about skill-based matchmaking, and if you would do this, and that for us to kind of stop bad-mouthing us, the worst part is I would agree to that because Call of Duty is truly my passion. And if it helps me succeed in life, I would agree to make that sacrifice. And that kind of is just me being honest and letting you know that I'm on both sides of the fence here. If Activision cherry-picked me, you would never hear another rant video again. But me not being cherry-picked has put me in kind of this animosity and kind of negative connotation towards them. So I'm trying to be honest with myself, give you a perspective of me just being honest with myself, giving you that perspective so you know that I am on both sides of the fence here. And I still think, with given what I said, potentially $100,000 in sales and, having a slight fan base who absolutely love the game and are passionate about the game, it's really upsetting to not have any recognition whatsoever out of Activision. I've emailed them. I've hit up some of their PR on Twitter. I've done everything that I can, and I just don't have anything to show for it right now. Anything's possible in the future, and I'd love to clear my name. I know it's possible. It's just I don't have a big enough fan base or a big enough name to even clear my name yet. So that's where we're at with that. That was quite a damn long one, let me tell you. We already skipped over 18. Point 17 was current creators are cherry-picked, which I talked about. And then we have shop pushing sales, yet no recognition. We just talked about that. The next one on the list is what changes are needed. Skill-based matchmaking and anti-cheat are the main things that need changed. We need an anti-cheat. That's number one. It's self-explanatory. It's so people don't fucking cheat. And then the next thing is skill-based matchmaking. It needs toned down. It does not need removed. It does not need removed. And Activision employees have claimed skill-based matchmaking has been in every game. So give me what Black Ops 2 had. Give me what Modern Warfare had. Give me what Black Ops 3 has. Those games, the skill-based matchmaking, are absolutely great. I love them. I shredded on them. Therefore, I want them back. Give me those patents. I don't want this new shit that's fucking ass. It just needs toned back. It needs changed. The next point is Call of Duty Unlimited, which is a name that I just came up with randomly. I didn't know what else to call it. So imagine yourself, now we're getting a little bit of happier vibe here for a little bit. Imagine yourself playing a Call of Duty game that is in a Call of Duty, like, let's just say something like World War II, where they had the open space at the beginning, the headquarters it was called. Imagine you have that and you could walk down a tunnel and pick what game you want to play or what game mode you want to play and just have an overall Call of Duty game that stays supported and has new content constantly coming out. Okay, imagine you have that on the Modern Warfare engine. You have new game modes, you have new innovations, you have new shit every single year. Now, what if I tell you that fucking game was Destiny 2? Okay, that is what Call of Duty needs to do. Yeah, Destiny 1, which was a trial test. Honestly, it's funny because Activision was kind of holding Bungie back with Destiny 1. They fuck around, make Destiny 2, and it's a stellar game, and it has content for years and years and years. Call of Duty needs to do the same thing, man. Have all three studios put their assets together. Okay, we've kind of seen this with Warzone already, so I guess in a way we are doing this, but Warzone's so fucked that it doesn't really even count. Take all the studios, push them together, make a Call of Duty game that they all three have access to and can support for the next 5 years. And then make Call of Duty Unlimited 2 and do the exact same thing. Hella microtransactions like you're already doing. You already got the fan base for it. You know, keep pushing out the content. DLC updates. You go back, instead of having the season pass, do exactly what Destiny 2 does. Create a $60 DLC every single year. Have smaller updates for that DLC. Boom. You're done. You're good to go. Do that all on the Modern Warfare engine or something like that, and you're good. Like, what more do you want me to say? You could even put jetpacks in for those fans that want that on a side game mode or a side tunnel, for example. Like, just have gateways to shit. Like, it's not that hard on paper, in my opinion, man. I believe having a Call of Duty game that is supported within, you know, a 5 to 10 year period where it's, you know what to expect and you get more shit every single year is so much better than releasing a damn game every single year. Let me know what you guys think about that one. I'm actually pretty passionate about that, and hopefully we see that with Warzone. It just needs to get better on Warzone's end, but with an anti-cheat and maybe some changes to Warzone, that Call of Duty Unlimited vision could potentially come to life, and that's actually really exciting, especially if one day we can play on old Warzone maps, even better. It's kind of where Apex is at. Point 21. Activision is money hungry. Holy shit. I think everybody knows that. I see a lot of memes on Twitter how they put Mr. Krabs and they put Activision over Mr. Krabs. And the caption is, I like money. It's funny as shit, man. Activision releases a new game every single year that gets good 6 months into the game, with the exclusion of Modern Warfare. Modern Warfare was so fucking broke at the beginning, but it was still so good, it didn't even matter. Cold War is the best example, though. This game was so chalked at release. Everything was broken. It was so unfinished, so unpolished. Black Ops 4, the same exact thing. They couldn't even finish the damn campaign. It was scrapped. It was chalked at the beginning. It was broken. I think Black Ops 3 didn't have a blackjack shop until 3 months into the game. The league plays don't come out for 2.5 months after the release. You know, what more do I need to say? The Activision is pushing these companies and these studios to push games out that aren't even finished. It just affects them negatively. I mean, they get their money, and then we're good, right? You know, that's it. That's it. That's literally it. Activision's money hungry. The next point is overpriced bundles. The bundle I'd like to call into example here is the Gun Nut bundle from Modern Warfare. Go ahead and look it up if you're unfamiliar, but what it is a 5 blueprint bundle, all legendary blueprints. They're all orange, all have 5 attachments they come with. They are all very similar looking in their visual aspects and cosmetic look. And the bundle was 3,000 COD points for 5 weapons with a full set of attachments. And they all looked roughly black, white, gray, you know, very, very, very dark colors. They weren't vibrant. They weren't crazy. They were literally just 5 average-ass blueprints, and the bundle cost was 3,000 COD points. Even with the bonuses in the store. That comes out to, not including bonuses, 30 USD. With bonuses, you're spending on a minimum $25. That is fucked. For 5 little blueprints, spending $25 to $30. You gotta be shitting me. Like, that is just so ridiculous. You see it now in Cold War. You have one half-decent looking skin, one shit-ass blueprint, and 2 other cosmetics being a calling card and a sticker and maybe a tier skip for 1,300 COD points. I ain't paying $13 for a skin I'm going to see for the next 9 months that I'm probably going to stop using when a cooler skin comes out. It's not like Fortnite where you can buy a skin in Season 1 and have that same skin in Season 16. It's not the same. They make a new game every single year. The bundles are overpriced as fuck. We can't buy individual items anymore. They haven't had camo sales at all in the last 2 years. They haven't sold us camos, which is stupid as shit. I get the blueprint marketing model, but considering that we can't even put other attachments on the blueprints to make them look cool with our camos is fucked. The whole entire bundle system is chalked. They're overpriced. Activision has a problem with that. That's all I got to say about it. Still love the cosmetics. Still think the system's fucked. I'm very passionate about it. Hopefully you can hear it. The next is little player support. I will admit that Raven Software has been a lot more communicative. I don't think that's a word. Has a lot more communication on Twitter recently. We've seen a lot of problems recently with Warzone being stim glitches and weapon balancing and other shit like that. And we have seen Raven Software recently tweeting out like, we're working on this, we're working on that. That is absolutely excellent. Previous years, we haven't really seen that. And that's a good step in the right direction for sure. But I still think there is very little player support. The fact there's no anti-cheat says that in a whole. But, you know, having a broken-ass gun or the stim glitch or something and not having that fixed for 1 to 2 weeks is a problem. It's that simple. I think there's very little player support. If somebody gets falsely banned, they don't get their account back. Even if they're a content creator, they don't get their shit back. And that doesn't even, you know, regard any casual player that might get mass reported for some fucking reason or anything like that. So I think there's little player support. My channel's future. We're pretty much wrapping this one up, man. It is right in the time frame that I thought it would be. I knew I was going to bitch a long time about this one. Like, usually I make rant videos and I have to cut a lot of shit out. I was sitting here. I had 2 takes before this. I'm like, no fucking way. I'm doing it all out. I'm going out with a bang if I'm going to go out and talking shit on Cold War. My channel's future. I really want to talk about my channel, my second channel, Acez-EFT. I have been trying to upload Tarkov content on there during the first 2 weeks of Wipe. If you guys don't know what it is, it's when the game resets. I played for 200 hours and made like 40 videos on it. Had to take a break. 200 hours is a long time. Had a little bit of burnout. But I'm back to uploading on that. And it's been fun. And playing another game and uploading another game has been great. However, that channel's not monetized. And I do want to get that channel monetized. We're going to keep working, keep grinding on it until it gets to that point. Has only like 100 subs. You guys need 1,000 subscribers to monetize your channel. And Tarkov is a game that I think is going to be one of the best FPS shooters when it fully releases. I think it's going to be one of the best of all time. It just has a very, very long time to go. But the channel Acez-EFT was so refreshing to do because it was content I've really enjoyed besides the burnout part. And it was just refreshing to feel that way. And it's a way I haven't felt since Modern Warfare. And I really highly suggest you guys subscribe to that channel if you enjoy me as a creator or you enjoy that game. It would really mean a lot to me. I'm trying to diversify my digital presence and digital options when it comes to monetizing my passion here for creating content. If that doesn't make any sense, basically I'm saying I need another way to have a backup revenue. That's really it. I would love to create content for Call of Duty and Tarkov, make money from both, have this be my career. If one of them kind of starts to, you know, falter off, I have the other one to back myself up on. If I stopped uploading today, this would be my last video. If it was, I'm not trying to scare anybody. I'm just saying if this was my last video, what would happen? I would lose pretty much all my views within a couple of months. You know, I might have a trickle of views here and there. Might make like $1 a week. I mean, gaming CPMs for YouTube, if you don't know what that term is, it's basically how much you get paid per 1,000 views, are absolutely shit. So without constantly grinding on a YouTube channel that does gaming content, you're just shooting yourself in the foot and you're going to have to enter back into the real world. I've been blessed with this opportunity to create content and, you know, it really does feel like work again. And playing Tarkov, it didn't feel like work. And that's really just showing where the passion's at. So my channel's future here, I want to upload more Tarkov content. I'm doing that on my Tarkov channel. As for the far future, within a year from now, If the next Call of Duty is good, we're going to upload the next Call of Duty. Cold War isn't completely a disaster. Still going to upload content throughout the year because it is doable. It is manageable. And obviously, I love the item shop. And maybe things will change. Warzone is still an option as well. But if the next map on Warzone shit, people stop liking Warzone. If the next Call of Duty game shit, it's going to have to open up some options, whether I play Battlefield 6, Halo Infinite, or if we do something else. Everything's on the table. This channel is called Acez-Gaming, not Acez-COD, or COD Aces. It's called Acez-Gaming for a reason. I'm a gamer. That's what I love to do. So anything's possible for the future. Just want to be fully transparent. The last point here on the list is criticism. If you guys have any criticism towards Call of Duty, towards my list here today, towards the thing I said, I highly recommend you don't leave a dislike. You know, dislikes really only prove a point of people disliking it to an extent of maybe they didn't like one thing you talked about or something like that. Don't comment something being a jackass or ignorant. Comment something constructive that's going to help the Call of Duty community. You know, you can say that this guy's just salty that he can't get a 30-kill gameplay on Nuketown, or this guy's just mad because he doesn't have as many channel views as Modern Warfare. You can comment that, but what good does that do? That might make you feel good for 2 seconds in your life. It's just going to ruin my 5 seconds, and I'm just going to block you. Comment something constructive, something that's going to help the COD community. Share this video. Maybe not everything I said in today's video is accurate. A lot of it probably isn't, and, you know, some of it is extremely. You know, there's going to be different takes. There's a lot of opinions in this video. Not everybody's going to agree with my opinion, obviously. But overall, I'm trying to help the Call of Duty community. By me shitting on it, it gets it talked about. And when things are talked about, usually change happens. It's like when I upload a glitch to my channel. Anything in zombies or a glitch spot in multiplayer, yeah, I get a personal gain out of it, which is the views and subscribers. And then Activision gets the gain of the recognition of the problem, which is then fixed, and then they don't have to worry about it anymore. So everything has a purpose. Everything has a reason. Today's purpose and reason was to get this talked about. And hopefully, even if some of these things are changed, you know, even if this video would warrant one change that betters the quality of life for Call of Duty for any player, that is the goal. You know, I'm an informational channel, and I strive to provide information and provide anything helpful to my viewers. That's what I aim for here. My voice is kind of giving out. Never touch the water, so I need at least one like on the like button for that, man. I never touched the water bottle during this entire recording. I do think we had like one edit, but I didn't touch the water bottle, so I'm proud of that, man. But that's pretty much it for today, guys. 52 minutes is what I'm reading here on the video. That is a long-ass video. That is going to take a long damn time to actually upload. I wonder if I'll just make this like a podcast or something. Like, I wonder if I'll just put a static image up on the background. Like, I really don't feel like putting a gameplay back there and waiting like 8 hours for this shit to upload and render and all that. So I don't know what I'll do, man. Maybe we can make this like a daily thing. Maybe we'll make this some sort of podcast or something. That would actually be really cool. I'd really enjoy that. If you guys made it this far, holy shit, man. You guys are legends. You're OGs. And if you did make it to the end, let's see. What's a phrase? Oreos are the best with triple stuff minus the stuff. If you comment that, I am giving you a heart. And I first want to comment that, I'll pin your comment. But that's just a pretty ridiculous fucking comment. But if you did make it this far, you're an absolute legend. I appreciate you so much for listening this far, you know, listening to all my opinions. If you're a subscriber of mine, please stick around my channel. If you are a subscriber of mine and you made it this far into the video, I'm incredibly thankful for you. You're an incredibly loyal fan. I appreciate you more than words can even put into my mouth and come out. I just know that I have an overwhelming appreciation for your support, and I hope to continue to have you on my channel. You are the exact viewer that I would love to keep around for a while. Thank you guys so much for watching today, man. Really don't know how to wrap up a 53-minute video. I don't know if I've ever made a video this long of me just talking, but it was definitely interesting, and hopefully you guys found it helpful or constructive in some way. Make sure to leave that like, subscribe if you're new, sponsors and equipment in the description below. That's all I got, guys. Thank you so much for watching today. Thank you so much for watching today. I'm out.